It's not easy for me to write this. For a long time, I didn't tell anyone. Not because I didn't want to, but because every time I tried, I had the feeling that someone was listening. Even now, I won't use my full name. What matters is that there were 3 of us, me, Mark, and Leo. We went hiking. Nothing extreme. A forest that's considered safe, with marked trails. The weather was good, and we'd been there before. There was absolutely no reason to think anything would go wrong, until we lost the trail. At first we weren't worried. It happens. But the farther we walked, the more the forest seemed to change. The trees grew denser, the light thinner. I remember thinking how strange it was that everything was so quiet. No birds, no insects. Even the sound of our footsteps felt wrong, like they didn't belong there. At some point, Leo said, "Do you feel like we've been walking for a long time, but not actually getting anywhere?" No one answered, because all of us felt it. That's when we saw it. A cabin. Small, old, crooked, like it had grown out of the ground instead of being built. The strange thing wasn't that it existed. It was that none of us remembered ever seeing it before, and we had passed near that area in the past. The door was slightly open. I clearly remember feeling fear, not panic, something worse. A quiet, rational instinct telling me, don't go in. But we did. Inside, it was colder than outside. The air smelled damp and old, with a faint scent of burned candles. There was a table, 3 chairs, and a book lying open in the middle. No windows let in light. Mark tried to joke, but his voice cracked. Leo stepped closer to the book. It wasn't written in any language we recognized, just symbols, repeating symbols. That's when I heard something, not outside, inside my head. Not a voice with words, more like a thought that didn't belong to me, like something standing very close, knowing things about me it shouldn't. I turned suddenly and asked if anyone had spoken. I didn't get an answer. The door closed, not loudly. It just wasn't open anymore. Mark ran to it and pulled. It wouldn't move. That's when I started to feel something even worse. The sense that the space itself was shrinking, not physically, but like the room was, pressing in on us. The candles lit themselves. The shadows on the walls began to move independently of us. I will never forget the moment I realized they weren't shadows. They were shapes, tall, unstable, like they couldn't fully exist in one form, and yet you could feel them watching, studying you. Leo dropped to his knees, repeating that this wasn't real. Mark was frozen, not screaming, not moving, just staring at the book. And then I understood the symbols weren't random. They were names, our names. A laugh echoed not from a mouth, not from any single place. It wasn't loud. It was calm, certain. I don't remember what came next. I remember the darkness and the feeling of something moving through my thoughts. Searching when I opened my eyes, I was alone. The cabin was empty, quiet, like nothing had ever happened. I ran outside. The forest looked normal again. Light, birds, a visible trail. Mark and Leo were never found. Search teams said they probably wandered deeper into the forest. No one believed me when I talked about the cabin. It wasn't on any map. They never found it. But I know, because some nights I hear my name being whispered, not from outside, from inside, and I know it didn't end there. If you ever get lost in a forest, and you see a cabin you don't remember existing, and you hear a voice that knows your name, don't go in, because some places don't wait for you to find them. They have already chosen you.